So, okay, guys, are you ready to start? Yeah, thank you all for coming. This is the second time when we are organizing something like this here in Zurich. Maybe some of you have been to our previous meetup back in April when we did it for the first time. Now we're back for the second time, I think, with even better startups, because we have teams not only here from Switzerland, but around Europe, and not only Europe. About the startups we have, of course, we'll introduce you after. About the agenda and what we have planned. Those who didn't see on the meetup group. So, yeah, the opening speech is happening right now. And after we have the pitches, you know the format that we have, we give startups a chance to train their presentations and their pitches and get some feedback and questions from you. So after each pitch, we will have 3 minutes question and answer from the audience. We will give you a mic, so if you have any questions, just raise your hand. So yeah, tonight we have 8 startups, and after all the pitches, you are welcome to stay here for the networking part. If you have, maybe you want to join some startup, maybe you want to get some good contacts from other countries, I don't know, just stay here. We have free drinks and some snacks for you. So yeah, feel free to. And I wanted to say, those who haven't taken this badge that we have, okay, now when you're sitting in the audience, maybe that's not so important, but for the networking part, please take it, because then we can see, okay, this guy is looking for the startup and he's developer, so maybe you will find a new job for you. And definitely write your name, because then it's easier to start conversation with you. Yeah, from my part, that's it. I will give name for my partner for this, not only this event, or Sabisher from Swiss Innovation. He will introduce you the startups that will pitch tonight.
Oh. Hello everybody. My name is Sabisher. I'm from Swiss Innovation Partners in Zug. I'm an entrepreneur since 20 years, having a lot of startups guided during this time. Have seen a lot of ups and downs during this time. I am managing the meetup group, Crypto Valley Entrepreneurs out of Zug. So this is an event now, the first event we make in Zurich. And in Zug, for the Crypto Valley Entrepreneurs, we make a meetup every Thursday evening. And this meetup is mostly for entrepreneurs to learn about experiences of other entrepreneurs, and each evening has a different topic, so you're welcome to have a look at this. So I'm very happy to be together with Lucas and Carles. They came to me in March, I think.
Yeah, back in end of the March, something like that.
End of March, with the idea to make this together, and I thought this is an extremely great idea. And so it turns out to be extremely good from both sides, from people who would like to present the startups, but also from people who would like to join startups or would like to invest into startups. So actually what we do is we have now a new format. The format is such that the startups are with us for 2 days in a boot camp, and in this boot camp we are going through the presentations that they are providing to you for 2 days, today and tomorrow. The first evening is a public evening, this is this one, and the second evening, tomorrow, the startups will be able to present to private investors and family offices. So also in the case that you have a startup and you would like to join this format, please feel free to contact me and to discuss it. So I would like to introduce the companies which are here. So we have Flip and Nick, Yagon, SDG, SelfCell, Ledger, Kazi, and the Rouge Project and Crypto Police. I do not give a big introduction on those. They will tell you yourself what's about. It's we are limiting the pitch to you to 5 minutes sharp. This gives you a very fast but very intense impression. To pitch 5 minutes, it's much more difficult to pitch for 20 minutes. So we'll be also curious on your feedback afterwards. But what I can tell you is that these are extremely exciting projects that are waiting for you. Okay, have fun and have a nice evening and enjoy it. Thanks a lot.
My name is Pablo. I represent the IGON project, and we are a very excited project, and you will see why. So our main goal is to create a global supercomputer by joining the unused storage capacity in any smart devices worldwide. And such thing can be possible only with connection and with power of people, every one of you, and power of blockchain technology. And that's why we are thinking about that. What problem we have? Businesses, companies, organizations, every one of you maybe that's storing some files spends a huge amount of funds on for cloud services. And if we're talking about facts, annual expenditures on such services is nearly $70 billion. Was in year 2016, and it's increased every year dramatically. And also, such things will increase more and more because of two main trends in technology: is big data and artificial intelligence. And what we see for such services providers, we have four major players on this market. This is well known: Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, Microsoft, or IBM. And there is no yet any working commercial cloud services platform with artificial intelligence and blockchain technologies on board that will be very secure and cost efficient. And that's why we are happy to present our solution. We are aimed to revolutionize the cloud and web services market by offering the centralized grid of storage and processing power. So our solution will be more efficient and for companies and individuals at all. And also we will provide our services at a fraction of market prices and with its heightened level of security. So it will be more secure for you because of this last news about data breaches, data leaks, and private data stolen. So our advantages: we will be more secure for you, more cost efficient, you will rely on us, and we will be more effective for you because of artificial intelligence technology, which helps you and your business to be more effective. And if you're talking about market, it's a huge market. It's a huge market, as I said, it's $70 billion total annual expenditures for companies on such services. And about this, like, companies spend $45 billion per year for such services just for their businesses. And such market growth every year. And how it works? Our solution is, we are developing a one-stop solution for decentralized cloud-based search. So all types of blockchain projects can use our platform, and not only blockchain projects. So because of artificial intelligence, also because of integrated dApps, everyone can create smart contracts on our projects, and we have also decentralized secure storage. And as well, miners can also get profit from our project because they share their unused capacities and receive rewards. Also, we have a great network of partners so far. This is a well-known, like Oracle, Ethereum Alliance Cloud 28 Plus, it's used, and a lot of more. This is the main point. And also we have initial adopters campaign, which is a blockchain projects who join us to test and to provide some feedback on this. So we are working very hard on networking, and everyone can join us. We are in development stage, so we have already platform. We have alpha version of miners application of the platform, and we will develop until the year 2019 with some additional functions and features. And our business model is simple. We have an IGON token, which we are given by to our miners who providing some capacities from their computers or smart devices. And afterwards, we receive some commission. It's 10%. This is really simple strategy. Miners can register, can share some free spaces, get rewards, and trade it back to fiat money or use for some services from us. So everyone can profit from this. And also we have really great team with great background. So experts in cloud computing, in learning, in machine learning, in artificial intelligence, in cybersecurity, and at all at cloud computing as well. So this is a very strong team for great goal. So don't join the wave of the future and don't miss out on the next disruptive innovation. We are ready, we are here to have some partners. We are also in pre-sale stage. We are raised something more about like $3 million, and we're going to get some more to develop our all functions and all features to have it on board. This is why we are here to have partners, and we are open for cooperation. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'm ready to have questions.
Thank you.
Questions?
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
You mentioned cost effectiveness as your differentiator. Can you say how you will achieve cost efficiency?
You see, yeah, thank you for your question. So the main position is that we are using a mix of different technologies like blockchain and also artificial intelligence techniques. And this helps for user, for client, to store their files more easily. So we don't need to spend money for big data centers, for big like storage, creating buildings. It's a huge money for this. But we will use devices, a space on devices on every one of you, maybe on computers, on organizational computers, and that's help us to decrease the cost. So you will not pay for building such data center. You will pay just for storing your files.
Your project, it seems like a fork of storage and Golem combined. Is there any other difference, or?
Can you repeat this?
I say it's like a combination of Golem project and storage, like the storage and supercomputing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a combination of these two. Is there any other difference?
Yeah, you're right. We have a lot of things that other projects have like partly, but such general ecosystem is rather unique for this. So we are using different technologies, and this will help to get more results. So it's more like ecosystem, not like just a project for some storing files. So that's the difference, the main thing. So we are like an umbrella for all of this.
Did I see right that it's a Tangle system of blockchain, or is it a hybrid between blockchain and Tangle? Or what is it?
We plan to implement Tangle as well. So, but if you are interested in such technologies and difference between blockchain and Tangle technologies, you can leave me your contacts, and I will send you and will connect with technical stuff for these differences, because I'm not so familiar with some general, maybe some details on technicals. So you're welcome.
Oh, so I think you kind of answered my question. I was going to ask how exactly does this work, but more concretely, let's just focus on the file storing things. So I give you a file and you encrypt it with SHA-256 and you send it to random people's computers. And I guess the question that comes right away is, well, what if they're not on the network? What if we lose the file?
Yeah, it's a general thing for this technical issue. Every file will have 3 copies. It will slice and send to different devices. So if one of them is offline, it's not a problem for you. You will access 24 hours per day for your files. It's a question of our platform, and we solve this issue. So, and also, if you're interested in more technical details, please give me your contacts. We will provide you more details.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, you are welcome to networking after this.
Thank you.
Good evening, quite impressive. So I'm Jessica, and this is my partner Richard from Flip and Pick. So who we are? Flip and Pick helps the local businesses to fight against big players and e-commerce by creating value with the help of the community. Local businesses struggle to survive, local economy is going down, and all the local businesses fight for not close the shop. So what is our solution? We have created Flip and Pick. We are connected on the blockchain Stellar, and we have done our minimum viable product in Montreal. And you can download our application on the Apple Store and on Google Play also. Flip and Pick is a collaborative social media, an ecosystem where user, partner, and businesses are connected all together. User and ambassador get some remuneration and rewards to help the businesses increase their visibility and enhance their visibility. User and ambassador get some token, some FNP, when they enhance the visibility of the local businesses. We build our ecosystem around a strong token with 3 main values. There is a social value because you help the local businesses to survive. There is a utility value because our token have a buying power of 1.2 within the ecosystem, and there is also the financial value because, as I told you previously, all the ambassador and the user are remunerated with the token for creating and sharing the value. Who's on board? We have amazing partners working and believing in us. We already signed some contract with them, and there is also our advisor. There is 6 of the 10 most important advisory on board with us from ICO Bench, and also a team of 25 experts and persons who love Flip and Pick and wish to develop and improve the social media. Now, I let Richard Morgan, the president of Flip and Pick, explain you the financial value.
Thank you, Jessica. Our market, the local businesses market are around 125 million local businesses around the world, and we target only 10 million local businesses with a market penetration of 3.25%, which gives us an active merchant target of 325,000 active merchant. What we call active merchant is a merchant that buys some premium services. We will see that on this merchant spending, we share equitably the spending, with 20% for the user, as Jessica explained you, 60% that is reinvested in the ecosystem, and 20% which is the revenue of FlipTech, the company that launched Flip and Pick. We want to raise 100,000 hitters, but a maximum of 35 million euro. we issue 425 million FNP at the ICO, and then we want to release 575 million token over 4 years, and 500 will be released against value creation in the ecosystem. So the status is we have the application already done with different cities that have been launched. In 2018, we want to be connected to the blockchain Stellar, and then we have a lot of different services that we can develop with the fund. So our target is 35 million euro. We are in private sale with a bonus of 50%. We have already raised half of our objective of the private sales, so feel free to come with us for more details. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So you're using Stellar. Which operations are you handling on chain?
It's debit credit. It's transaction.
Only the transaction.
Only the transaction.
Okay. Thank you.
And Stellar for us was the platform the most relevant because they are very fast for debit and credit from transaction, secure and low cost fee.
More questions?
So I have a quick question. Can you give an example of one or two or three of the main types of, I want to call it revenue sources, or how are you making money off the merchants?
When we provide some premium services as, I don't know, maybe having the help of YouTuber that come and make a video regarding the local businesses. In fact, we provide some services to the local merchant who don't have the time or the skills to make some digital marketing.
Okay, so in a way, the main value added is kind of around the marketing, digital marketing space.
Yes.
What we have to know is with this application, with this ecosystem, it's a user that is that earns some money just to add some contents and to do the advertising of the local businesses.
When they share or like the post of the local merchants, they are getting some token.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, good evening. I'm Xu and I'm from South. We are a Chinese company. Our target is to develop a platform for everyone to issue his or her own token, because nowadays many young people have some problems to achieve their dreams. Maybe they need some money to finish the MBAs. Maybe they need some money to start the entrepreneurship. South wants to provide a platform for everyone to use ICO to raise money to achieve their dreams and give them the free choice. So we start with a very old concept, which has been proposed by a famous Nobel Prizer, Milton Friedman, in 1955. He said that students should be funded through equity investments, that investors could buy a share in an individual's earning prospectus. And now, with the help of blockchain technology, we believe this dream could be achieved. So, some problem with the technology. So, I just have a question. How many of you would like to provide 10% of your future income if I give you $5 million now? Please raise your hands if you would like to do it. Okay. So you may ask, has anyone issued their own token on our platform? Our answer is yes. Hans, a famous football player, has issued his own token on our platform. Let's see a video from Hans.
weeks ago, we just finished the HAMS token called GR10 token pre-sale, and the pre-sale finished in only 12 seconds. And today, we released his token, and now his token is still ongoing. And the World Cup is coming. We believe that HAMS will perform well during the World Cup, and his token's price will also increase. So you may ask, how can we use with the token? We provide a platform for the superstar investors and funds to interact with each other by GR10 token. People can buy the token and get the privilege to interact with HAMS. For example, get his signature, get his t-shirts, play football with him, attend his private parties, and so on. So why we start with the superstar token? Because superstars are very famous person, and they will attract more and more users to our platform, and our concept will be accepted soon by the young people. In the future, we plan to create the value time machine to help young talents to issue their own token and use the income sharing agreements to give the revenue to the investor. So Subsell platform aims to build our own exchange and listed every individual's own token on the exchange. This is what we are going to do in 2 or 3 years. So Subsell has finished the ICO last December in Singapore, and we listed SSC Subsell.com in OKX, Coin2B, and LBank. And people can use Subsell.com to buy the individual token on our platform, including the Superstar token and the Young Talents token. And now here is our plan and process. We started last July and finished our ICO last December in Singapore, raised $13 million US. And now we finished our first Superstar ICO, and soon we will launch our exchange, and then we will start individual token of Young Talents in 2 to 3 years. Here is our team. Our CEO, Mr. Li Yuan, is still in Singapore. Sorry for the delay, maybe he will come to Switzerland next time. And here is our European team. We are searching for fundraising and talents to join our team. If you are interested, please join us and keep connected. Thank you.
Questions? Last question?
So the presentation went very fast, so I have a few clarifying questions. So there's a superstar guy, and did you get him to put his future earnings or a percentage of them into that 500,000 token? Or he's just the face of the project, and his future earnings, you know. So when you buy the token, what's up with that celebrity token? Are we getting percentage of his future earnings or what?
Our target is to issue the Young Talents token, and then people can get the future income sharing. But for the time being, we start the Superstar token is a little bit different from Young Talents token. When people buy the Superstar token, they get the privilege to interact with the Superstar. It is not the income sharing system, it's another kind of business model. But we start with the Superstar token to attract more and more users and make our concept accepted by more and more people. And in the future, we will start our Young Talents token.
So that's just marketing.
Yeah.
More questions?
Thank you. So you said the mainnet, or the main chain went live, so you use your own blockchain, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you also mentioned an exchange, so you're also going to have your own exchange.
Yeah, our colleagues is working on building our own exchange, and we plan to launch it in August. And then at the same time, we are also applying the exchange lessons in Europe.
Okay. And that exchange is just going to have the tokens for the young individuals, or are they also going to list other tokens?
For our own exchange, we will list the Superstar token as well as the Young Talents token. So it is the exchange owned by ourselves, not the exchange like others. So we don't compete with other exchanges, we can work with them because we are very different models.
for the presentation. Just clarification on the regulatory side. The superstars, you are issuing utility tokens, and the youngs, you are issuing security tokens. How are you planning to deal with regulators on these security tokens that you are going to receive future earners?
Yeah, thanks for your questions. It's a very important question. Yes, for the Superstar token, it is utility token. And we start, another reason for starting Superstar token is that we still need time to finish the compliance for security token. So that's why we may start downtimes token in 2 to 3 years. Not now, but in the future. We have the capacity to do it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Theo Kosmora, and I'm the founder and CEO of SDG Partners. What we do is we tokenize real-world assets to help humanity and make the world a better place. Thanks. You will have heard of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. They were launched in 2015, and they have a 2030 agenda. They are the only universally accepted collaboration framework worldwide. 193 governments, 9,000 corporations, and 4,000 NGOs are signatories to the SDGs. Its purpose, transform the world for the better for all people. It uses an end-of-pipe funding model at the moment, and there's somewhere between $1 and $2 trillion per year funding. The UN has said there's a $2.4 trillion funding gap. Now, existing methods are clearly not working to bridge the gap. Once implemented, this funding gap is essentially a $2.4 trillion economy that will be established over the next 12 odd years to 2030. What's the background to the SDGs, and can we learn from them? They're the Millennium Development Goals, which were established in the year 2000 and ran to 2015. We didn't fulfill them for 3 primary reasons. Number 1, lack of mainstream awareness. Number 2, the few who were contributing solutions were working in isolation of each other. Therefore, no cross-fertilization of benefits. And of course, lack of funding. Why are we not succeeding with the SDGs at the moment? Same as above. My background is I worked with the UN with the Millennium Goals back in 2011, and they asked me to work with them with their data to create a solution that would create an awareness worldwide. Unfortunately, they didn't implement it, but they did give me a nice little UN award. It was launched in China by Xia Zhugang, who was the Undersecretary General for China at the time. I'm also the inventor of the $1 smartphone, and I created SDG Coin and SDG Blockchain. My partner is Robert Smith. He's a 5th generation investment executive in America. He created ICV Group, which connects hard-to-reach family offices and financial institutions with social investments. The network has over 17,000 financial institutions and family offices worldwide, over 2,000 CEOs of private and public companies, and over 300, close to 400 non-governmental agencies and non-profits. What solutions do stakeholders of the SDGs need to succeed the goals? Because if we don't succeed this time, we're in trouble. We need self-sovereign identity. We need secure, decentralized data, safe and purpose-driven social media, where your data belongs to you, and if it's sold, you decide if you want to sell it and who to. Unified communications, of course. Universal and inclusive digital financial services. Tokenized funding of SDG real-world assets, and we'll come to that in a minute, because that's actually where the real exciting part kicks in. And of course, an integrated ecosystem enabling systemic effects. Our challenges are systemic. Poverty feeds lack of education, feeds poor health. Everything is interconnected in the challenges area, But we, as humanity, we approach them with solutions that are isolated. This isn't very good, is it? Apologies. So the global challenges can be tokenized and as great opportunities. And whether it's energy consumption or carbon emissions, extreme poverty, etc., we can tokenize them as opportunities. This is the ecosystem. It enables cross-fertilization of solutions of all stakeholders and the systemic foundation of humanity's problems. The ICO as a service platform has 3 key components. It's regulated, so you know KYC, you know who's in the community. SDG coin is a reserve currency in all tokens. That provides global liquidity and interchangeability between tokens, and it has an ultra-secure universal wallet. We have token economics in 4 components: the blockchain and ICO system, ID and data, social media and communications, and universal wallets. Who are the ICOs who have committed to launch on our platform? Hyperloop Consortium, running between Stockholm and Helsinki, is an $800 million ICO launching on our platform at the end of this year. We charge 3% commission. That is our business model for ICO. Every token holder of a Hyperloop Nordic token can use it as a ticket within the Hyperloop transports and within the token economies. These are the other ICOs who have committed on our platform. And a last one, Unified Sun Systems, they are $1 billion per city ICO. They have a revolutionary solar energy which delivers electricity at the cost of fossil fuels for the very first time from solar. Our ask is 100K. We are raising 2 million through ICV. It's going to take about 4 to 6 weeks to deliver that. ICV are committed to bringing that. We want 100K to launch right now, and we're offering that at a discounted valuation for investment right now to accelerate development. Our tokenomics is such that equity investors receive equity. So seed investors today now receive equity and tokens, and the token will increase by over 9,000% between the seed level and our 4th public event. Of course, I'll go to market.
Sorry, you have already 6 minutes. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much, and you've heard the most important part, and I hope you join us. Thank you very much.
Questions? Questions? Sorry, it was a little bit fast, but regarding to the last slide that you show a really huge difference price on your token. This could be understood as security tokens, because utility tokens should not have this type of, fluctuation. But I could not understand exactly what we're planning to do. I mean, are you issuing a token on a well-known blockchain like Ethereum, whatever, or you're getting your own blockchain and then issue your own token? Just to clarify.
Sure. There are 2 questions there. I'll answer the last one first.
Yes.
We are customizing Hyperledger Sawtooth because that fits our model better. And the reason why there is a growth in the margins of our token is purely discounted. This token will not be available on any public exchange. The key criteria the SEC is applying to whether a utility token is in fact a security token is if, no matter if it's a utility application, if it's being publicly traded and people are trading it for profits, that qualifies it as a security token. We have a private exchange, and we ask our users and our token purchasers to commit to an SDG social contract. And that social contract essentially provisions not selling it at any price lower than the current ICO price. Our purpose is to raise money for funding, not to have a yo-yo effect on multiple ICO exchanges.
Thank you for a great presentation.
Thank you.
So at what stage are you now, and how
how much funding do you already have, and how much do you need potentially? And also, what is the revenue model for those who buy the tokens? What do they have in return?
I think I just heard you. The 2 million that's coming from ICV, which includes the 100,000 to come from an early stage investor coming in now and getting the 90% discount. That's going to take us through the first 2 months, by which we will have developed our customized version of Hyperledger Sawtooth. And the reason why we're using Sawtooth instead of Fabric, for example, is because Sawtooth is by design fault tolerant. So it's more secure from that perspective. We will launch our first ICO, which will be our own SDG coin, because that becomes the reserve currency of all other tokens launched on our platform. So SDG coin becomes, for example, a 5 or 10% reserve in the Hyperloop token, United Sun Systems token, etc. So it provides global liquidity. If you're in one jurisdiction, with one token, you can use that same token in a different jurisdiction that also is launched on SDG, because they both have the same reserve currency. Does that answer your question? Sorry? Sorry, can you pass the
How do you make money?
Okay, so the Hyperloop was an example. They are launching an 800 million ICO at the end of this year on our platform. We charge 3% on token sales.
Just one question to just test a little bit. What about SDG? Like, do you think you can have problems with using that name? Is the United Nations okay with that?
Good question. If you look on the internet, you Google SDG and SDG logo, you will see a round circle, okay, with all the colors, and you'll see thousands of organizations, both private and public, using that logo. It's called the global goals. So what the UN does, the UN says, these are the problems, these are our challenges. Here are tools, use the tools to come with solutions. And that's what we're doing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, I would like to give you a short introduction on the Venturis. This is a blockchain-empowered social media fundraising platform. The idea behind is that there are a lot of platforms where you find opportunities where companies are presented, but usually the information is in a very heterogeneous way, and you have to collect all the information which is scattered. So this platform provides companies a way to very clearly state information which is benchmarkable, and such that investors can look after this information, they can search for it, they can track it, and they can benchmark it. The market size is considerable, so just keep in mind that last year there were only 5.6 billion raised from ICOs, plus other capital that has been raised from regular startups. And the status is that the platform is ready to be launched in about 4 weeks, and first accelerators have signed up and ready to bring their portfolio companies on it. So this is how the profiles are looking on it. So there is a full page profile for the company. You can search on the right side. You can search for criteria. The list of criteria is much longer than what you can see here. Based on the criteria, you can follow a company, you can follow their posts, you can chat with them, and the beauty about that is the investor can remain secret, and so he can himself say what is the right time that companies can approach him, and he can also click a button simply for creating an investment. So the platform has all the social media functionality that is needed to fulfill all kinds of social media requirements. On one side we have the social news, where you can follow and forward by sharing. Then you can chat. This is a chat system like on WhatsApp. You can also make phone calls with that system. And there is also a group chat with a split screen with automatic translation, such that you can talk with your audience. As a company, you can talk with your audience worldwide, such that you speak in German or English, and it's translated into 100 languages. So it can also reach the people in Indonesia and in South Africa and anywhere in the world. The two first elements are already developed. The two right ones, they are going to be developed. This is an events tool for social events and a shopping tool for social shopping. What we use blockchain for is that we have integrated a system where below each post we can place sponsors of the post, such that the companies which have a big reach, they can create attention for the service companies, like the big accounting companies, like the law companies. They're willing to pay when they receive visibility. And so the companies can earn money, and this money is shared with the platform to bear the survey cost, but also to as earnings. We use a digital identity, which makes the platform very secure. That means people can be blocked on the digital identity level if they do something which is not good. We're also fully GDPR compliant, and we already have a network of people with accelerators worldwide. A very strong point is Africa, where we already have several accelerators. We also have a partner in Saudi Arabia and China, and particularly in the US and also Brazil. We have a big team of 10 developers and 10 business development people. I myself, I have a PhD in physics from ETH. I've been an entrepreneur since 20 years, and we would like to bring this forward very quickly. And so we are looking for investors on a very low valuation. So we invite investors on a valuation as low as $2 million at the moment, and to bring it forward very quickly, to bring on the accelerators worldwide. And we would like to create a showcase how we can create a company from scratch to full speed in the fastest possible time. Thank you very much. I'm open for questions.
Okay, who has some questions? Wait, there is a guy first.
I can shout like this.
No. Everybody gets the mic.
Of course, thank you for the presentation. The idea and the concept is great, and then just the basic question. What makes you believe that this will happen and will have the scale as you hope it will? Because there are many other great concepts, but to traditional VC people, they all seem like impossible to make happen. So
it's just a pilot. I want to see how it scales with the lowest possible marketing budget. Because we have this event here, we have startups here. All these startups, they want to have visibility. And through my experience with working with worldwide, I have personal connections with both investors and startups worldwide. In New York, in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, in Shanghai, in Singapore. And I bring them all together and I just see what happens. And you see from a starting point, we have a very strong base in Africa. I was a speaker at the African Blockchain Conference, and there's a huge movement in Africa of young entrepreneurs to create their own companies. And because blockchain has many, many benefits, but one benefit is that it enables the African population to finally disconnect from the dependency of the industrial countries. And the young people, they understand it. And I was at the conference in Uganda, where the president himself was speaking, and also the governor of the central bank of Uganda. And he said he likes blockchain very much, but he doesn't like so much crypto. But the president then in a statement was saying that he'll make the government to understand crypto better. And so he was actually supporting the entire government to open the dimension in Africa for blockchain and crypto. And Uganda will go to play a leading role in all of Africa, and I think this is great what's happening there.
First time that we met in Zurich in the meetup that you organized there, you mentioned that you were planning a very specific capability in this platform, which is to trade cryptocurrency directly. Is it something that you were thinking to launch, or is it something for later?
What do you mean with trading crypto?
Because I mean, we have an idea, we have a business plan that is to bring trading on cryptocurrency to everyone in a very easy way. And then you mentioned that in your platform, this maybe will be a capability that you're going to add. Just curious about it, if it's part of the MVP.
Well, actually, this social media platform, this is quite complex. So it contains all the elements of Facebook and WhatsApp. So we have invested some 9,000 working days in developing this platform. So the platform is huge. It looks simple, it's very easy to understand. You can give the app to every child and the child immediately understands the concept. What is special about this app is it's the first app which has categories, which means we can create a category for entrepreneurs, for advisors, for investors, for startups, for brands, because all of them have different needs. And now what we do is we are providing this platform on a white label basis to any project. So if you have a project so that you would like to implement, where you say, oh, I need the social components, you're happy to take our platform as a base and build your model on top of that. For example, it could be a platform for pet care, so you can make social pet care. We're currently working on a system for creating an airline mile system to communicate with the passengers before, during, and after flight, and to offer an in-flight communication system. And now the real question is that one of the systems is that we have met a trader who said he is educating traders and he would like to have education tool. And so we are using this platform as a base and then adds the trading tools on top. The beauty of that is that by serving hundreds or thousands of communities, where each community has the full control on the community, creates a big impact, which is growing a huge user base, which is then finally interconnected to one common user base with one single login on all apps.
Okay, thank you.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. So the Rouge project. Do you know that digital coupon fraud costs 500 million per year, and that's only in the USA? So let's dive a bit into this problem. Paper coupons are a great marketing solution. Unfortunately, they are meant to disappear and to be replaced by digital coupon. But the problem with digital coupon is that they can be copy-paste easily. So we go to the problem of fraud, but more than fraud, there's a second pain with digital coupon is that the cleaning house matching all the redemption with the user or the retailer is a very hard problem. There is a solution. The solution has been found for Bitcoin because, you know, cryptocurrency and coupon are very similar digital objects. So for the currency, we have Bitcoin on the blockchain. So our goal, the Rouge project, is to give the solution for coupon. How we do that? So the Rouge network is a low-level, permissionless protocol on top of Ethereum. We use smart contracts. What is important is that we give the tools for people to build decentralized application using coupon, using blockchain. So basically, what's do the Rouge network is removing the possibility of having a double redemption, but also repudiation of a coupon by an issuer. And of course, because we are speaking of the blockchain, the problem of clearing house is self-evident on the ledger. So this is a scheme of how the system works. There is already a demo, so if you use MetaMask, go to demo.rouge.network and you can try it yourself with your computer. It's a huge market. It's 31 billion market, and it's a growing market, and also it's a market which is loved by users. There are 70% of people who love to use coupon. This is the number of users from 2013 to 2019. So we use a token, but for precise token economic. When an issuer, a shop, creates a campaign, he has to deposit 1 token per coupon created. And if at the end of the campaign, the coupon has not been redeemed, the token is burned. Of course, it's forbid totally spam, because you just pay for nothing. But more than that, it pushes people, this is an incentive, to put a real value into their coupon. So the team, myself, I'm Christophe Bars. I was the first French developer of Debian GNU Linux in France, back in the late 90s. There is the founder, which is Naira Dapli. I can speak with her later. We have a great lawyer specialized in blockchain in Hong Kong. Ming Zhang is the chief scientist of Coup Marketing, which is the leader providing solution for Kakao, which is the main chat system in Korea, and they give the couponing for them. And of course, Bob Timan is ex-Microsoft, lots of startups created by him. On the ad guru, we know a lot about ad market. The roadmap, how we bring people to use our protocol. So we don't try to go to user, or we want to meet all the provider or legacy coupon solutions and explain our protocol so they can use it. And actually, this is already the case because we signed last week our agreement with the first major coupon provider, which is here in Switzerland, and they provide coupon loyalty solutions for 1.5 million users. So we are going to build with them a solution with blockchain. Because this is what we want to do at the end of the day. We want to prove that blockchain can be used in the main street by everyone. Thank you very much.
Okay, questions?
Thank you for your presentation. My question for you is, first of all, when you mentioned that this market is 31 billion market, you mean user or you mean dollar value?
Dollar value, yes.
Dollar value.
Yes.
And that is like, because let's say as a user, we don't usually pay for the coupon that we use.
No, sure.
Yes.
But
So
when the retailer wants to
use
use coupon, he has to pay someone to the coupon to provide. If you take a small shop outside, they are not issuing themselves the coupons. So they either go to, usually they go to coupon solution provider. That there are a lot of them in every country.
But why do, as in like, if, let me just dumb it down my
Mhm.
question.
Sure.
Why do we need blockchains in the coupon? Because let's say if you are a coupon
Mhm.
provider, it could be a company that just provide different codes on a, like, have mobile phone, and then you send out the QR code or something that people can scan and use it. Why do we need to combine it with blockchain?
For two reasons. First, because it's a unique object. So the same way that Bitcoin, if you give me your Bitcoin, I have it. You don't have it anymore. Using blockchain, you can do the same for a coupon. So you create a unique object. So you pass it to the shop, you redeem it, it's finished. So on the second solution, we solve one of the big problems of coupon provider, which is the clearing house. And they use a lot of money with legacy solution database to do this problem. And with the ledger, it's a very natural solution because you have two actors. One, which is the issuer, and the user, they don't charge each other. So this is one of the use case of blockchain that makes sense, actually.
Okay, more questions?
So being built on Ethereum, that entails spending gas. So how do you solve that issue?
Sure. So right now the protocol is pure Ethereum, fully on blockchain. To as a demonstration. Of course, for the long term, we cannot use, there's two problems, scalability and also the cost of per transactions. So we plan to move lots of things off-chain, so either by sharding or using a second layer solutions, but that's of course the future.
Okay, time's up.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so the last one from the ones who signed up will be the crypto police, but just before he starts to pitch his idea, I wanted to say that again, as the last time we gave 1 minute pitch for anyone who has some kind of idea, or maybe you have started that you want to pitch and you want to talk about that in the networking part. So we will give you 1 minute pitch without the presentation. Just raise your hand up, and if there will be people who are interested to do that, let's say for around 5 people, we will give a chance just to pitch it. No questions, no answers. Questions and answers you will have in networking part. So just 1 minute pitch for anyone who is willing to do that.
Alrighty guys, marketing, scam, and rock and roll baby, we have your money, let's bring on the party. Well, this have been the mantra for recent ICO exit scams, like 660 million exit scam in Vietnam, and also Prodium scam, who actually left with the investor money and left a blank page with penis written on it. This was exit scam. And there are many instruments that scammers are using. They're using phishing, investment schemes, fake projects, investment schemes like BitConnect, where there are different business models which you actually didn't notice. And when you invest, it turns out that in few rounds, you can't get your money back and you don't get the returns. Or phishing email, where instead of My Ether wallet, there is a site which is called My Bitter wallet, or Binance. There is a domain name. When you write down in Google Binance, you found the first result and there is written schminance.com, but the tagline is Binance. When you go in, you leave your details, you lose your money. That's their game. And one specific example to tell about our case. So scammers are using also fake projects like this one. These are Ray-Ban glasses. Ray-Ban glasses who are selling for $16 instead of $200. And they are advertising on Facebook that, hey guys, here are the $16 glasses instead of $200. And you really see that this project is a little bit like too good to be true. But you really love those glasses because you look so sexy with them. You look like Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible, like, So you buy the glasses. You buy 3 of them. And it turns out that after 2 days, the project is gone. There is no domain name, and they're gone with your money. This is a fake project. So what we did, because of this all scam going around, we created Crypto Police. It is a decentralized, community-based platform which identifies scams. And we are based on the community, where community is identifying scams. It's called the wisdom of the crowd, and everything is put on the blockchain, that every research or report for a scam is very transparent and also very safe. Maybe some of you in this audience are thinking, hey, Mikus, what are you talking about? I can see scams from miles away in a few seconds. If that is you, then you're a lucky guy. Because imagine, if you can notice scams in few seconds, then if you report about them, how much money you can make with that. Because people who report scams get rewarded with our tokens. And every report is going through our multi-level verification algorithm, which means practically that fake reports are not going into our system, because officers are going to check officers, and officers who are checking officers are going to check officers. So I hope you understand the logic. But the idea is that the system is not possible to corrupt. It's very safe. And this technology that we're using is covering two main products. One product is the Watchdog. The Watchdog basically is a notification system that gives you a notification when you enter a site which is scam. So next time when you will enter a site where there are these sexy Ray-Ban glasses, you will get a notification exactly like this with two alerts. First alert, hey, be careful, this site have been registered yesterday. Hey, be careful, they are stating that they are official Ray-Ban seller, but these 10 sites are official Ray-Ban sellers, and they are not one of them. When you will click on the alert, you will automatically be redirected to our platform, and there will be a proof for that. Hey, this is the date when this domain was registered, and you can check it here. Hey, these companies are the official sellers, and you can check it here. So this is basically the Watchdog. And the second product is escrow smart contracts, which is a safe way to investors to invest in an ICO project, because ICOs tend to disappear with your money, right? So ICOs who are using escrow smart contracts will not be able to exit with a scam, because the money is going to be in the escrow smart contract, and then they are going to receive the money only when they deliver their milestones. So the company says, hey, I have delivered the product, our multi-level verification algorithm and officers are going to check that if that's true. If that's true, it will go, the money is going to go to the project. So everything this is possible by our great team. It's built from very professional blockchain developers, designers, marketers, and together with our advisors and together with our partners, we see that we are able to do the next big thing in cybersecurity world. And I will finish up with this question. Please raise your hands who knows what is Bitdefender. Few people here, all right. Bitdefender is antivirus company who has 500 million users worldwide, 500 million. And we just got a partnership with this company that they're going to implement this Watchdog product in their security packages starting from Russia this year. So guys, we see that in the future, everyone who has a computer are going to use Watchdog to protect themselves from online scams. And if there will be a person in 10 years who's not using Watchdog, then most probably he's going to be a terrorist. Thank you very much. I'm Nikos Losans, I'm from Cryptopolis. If you're interested in our project, feel free to come and talk with me.
Okay, does somebody have some questions?
No questions, no.
You don't have questions?
No.
I don't have a question. Thank you.
How do you make money? I mean, especially, obviously with the smart contracts and the investors, that's obvious, but
That's fair. With the Watchdog, it's premium model. So you will be able to use a Watchdog for example, five times. When you will go on the sixth site and it will give a notification, you will see blank spots that, hey, we know, we have information about this, but you have already used five credits, so if you want to use our Watchdog, pay $12 per year.
Cool.
Two questions. So you said you're crypto police, right? If you catch somebody who is doing the scam, how do you punish them?
Well, that's actually a very cool thing. There is one partner that I can't name them officially because we haven't. Okay, I can't name them officially. That's not. But there is one partner who has instruments and agreements with local domain name providers, and they have a possibility to shut down sites. So we are having a partnership with them. So if we see that this is a scam, we give a signal to our partner and he shuts down the site. this is one of the ways how we can do that.
Okay. And how, I mean, I've previously seen some other software being able to do it without actually linking it with blockchain. So why do you have to link it with blockchain? Because, I mean, how does that even bring value to, like, how does like tokens work? And then, you know, how does that work? I mean, where's the value of people linking?
Okay, there's two questions: blockchain and tokens. So there are existing solutions who are using the crowd, but the quality of the reports is the same as the quality of comments in the Facebook post section, and we are using tokens to motivate the crowd. So just like think logically, if you have if you see a scam and you have incentive to report about that, well, you will report about that. If you don't have an incentive to do that, maybe you will do that. You will report, but the report are going to be, this is a scam, and that's it. Not like a full report with facts. And the blockchain, so a project, for example, BitConnect can tell, hey guys, we are going to sue you because you are blackmailing us, and the report that you have given is just from your employees. Then we can send him a full analysis, which is put on the blockchain, that hey, no, you're not true because this user sent the report. This is how the multi-level algorithm were checked, how officers did the check, and everything is put on the blockchain, that everything is very transparent. So, did I answer your question? All right?
Last one. No, there's the last one. And
yeah, the last one.
How can you actually prove that a company who's doing this ICO is reaching the milestone that they promised to their investors?
It's in the same way as we are proving that the fact that users are reporting is true with our multi-level verification algorithm, which means that the crowd is identifying if they have reached a milestone. For example, let's say the company have created the product. The input is going to, the report is going to go in that, hey, company has created the product. It will be given to randomly chosen five officers. 3 of the officers are going to say, yes, it's true. 2 are going to say, no, it's not true. These 3 officers are going to go to the next level, and this question, if these officers have given if the officers have given a true report, are going to go to the next level of another 6 times 3 officers. And this is how the crowd is going to give like verdict if the milestone have been met. Did I answer your question?
Yep.
Thank you very much. If you have any other questions, feel free to come to the networking event.
Okay, I'll use you as my bouncing ball. This is an idea I have aside of my normal business. It's a multi-vendor marketplace based on Magento for NGOs and private initiatives. Currently, there's many people that would like to donate money for causes. But most of the time, they don't do that because they have no visibility of where the money is going, who is dealing with it, if the end person or the project that is donating for does get any of that, and how much of the money actually is spent on caps and t-shirts that any NGO has the full right to use in order to give visibility to their causes. But usually when you donate money, you want that money to reach a target. So I have already developed marketplace, and I have a video, and anyone that has some interest to help me, because I have a business background, not a technical background, please come to me. I have issues regarding digital identity verification mostly. Thank you very much.
Ready?
Hello, my name is Johannes, and I want to think back why we are all here, and the idea of the blockchain and as well of Bitcoin was an idea to create possibilities to make sustainable finance structures. And as I'm looking now at the finance system and in general all the human system, how we are preparing our economy and as well our finance, I'm asking myself, how sustainable is all the system? And so I'm looking for myself and a team which are using the wisdom of the crowd. It's called crowd knowledge. And we are planning to make a lot of hackathons now in the ETH and other universities, because we want to connect awareness people all around the globe to make a greater impact and to create a social platform where everybody can share their opinion and share their perspective, and yeah, to come together to find solutions. Thank you.
Go.
So have you guys thought of the problem when you actually buy a product and then a company claims that this product is actually sustainably made and they have a sustainable accreditation, but have you ever thought of the supply chain behind this background? If maybe the plastic bottle that they bought is actually come from a clean source, or maybe the provider of this part of the chemical solution of this plastic bottle product inside is actually coming from a legit background. So the problem lays between where the supply chain has no easy traceability program, and where blockchain builds a lot of value is that when you transact with different parties from point A to point B to sell product and sell their input to create an end consumer product, that blockchain system that I have in mind is that can create the clear traceability and trust within the system that you can actually seize the value where it flows. That's it.
Thank you.